Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope everybody have a good Halloween. Um, I'll talk about Mr. Chance Wilkins, or you can call him Cyrax. And I'm going to be very careful what I say because I don't want Cyrax filing papers out on me and taking me to court or possibly false flagging my videos for bullying. Like, because we know that's what Cyrax does. He likes to go around on people's channel. I like to false flag people's videos and try to make it look like that we are dehumanizing him or talk to him like he's not human when he's basically acting out, when he's basically acting like a fool. So anytime you see somebody out in public or you watch them on the internet and you see them making a fool out of themselves, people's going to have an opinion about that. Sometimes it's going to be a good opinion, sometimes it's going to be a bad opinion. But if you see somebody, if you see some guy walking down the street with an underwear on his head and he think it's funny, yeah, some people might find it funny and saying, "Oh, that guy's funny," but there's going to be people out there that's not going to think it's funny and saying that guy is an idiot. Why would you walk out in public with underwear on your head? I'm just saying that as an example. You have to expect that. And I think that's Cyrax's biggest problem is, he hasn't figured that out in the last 7, 8 years, that you have to expect people to say things that you might not like to hear on the internet. And believe me, I've been on this YouTube since 2008, or you can say 2007. I was on YouTube when it first opened up, just under different names. And yeah, I went through it. You know what I'm saying? People make videos about me, bashing me, saying I was retarded, saying I'm uneducated. I got all of that. But the number one thing that I never allowed my haters to do on YouTube is that I never allow words to control me, especially when it comes to the internet. Don't never, ever, ever let words on the internet control you. And Cyrax, you let words on the internet control you. And don't sit here and say that you didn't let words control you, because if you didn't let words control you on the internet, you wouldn't even be in this mess right now. You wouldn't even be dealing with this right now. You'd have been somebody that would have had enough common sense or use common sense to let this all blow over, just stay off the internet and just ignore these people that's criticizing you on the internet. You have to expect that. Not everybody on the internet is going to have nice things to say about you on the internet. You have to expect that. You can't control that, Cyrax. You can't control that. Even if you come on the internet and you were just doing your music and you wasn't really bothering anybody, and then next thing you know, you claiming that Marty came out of nowhere and just started messing with you and this and that. It doesn't matter who started it. At the same time, you should have ignored Marty. You should have just ignored him and just focused on your music. And I know it's easy said than done, but that's what you should have done. You should have just ignored Marty and ignore all these other people that was siding with Marty. You should have just ignored these people and you should have just concentrate on your music. That's what you should have did. But you let those guys got to you. You let those guys mentally got under your skin. Yeah, you did. You let Marty and these guys on the internet got under your skin so bad that you feel like you always had to respond to these guys when you could have just ignored them. And let me tell you something. Some people might not look at it the same way like how I look at it. Some people might look at it differently, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Silence is very powerful. Not always responding to people, even though they're making videos about you and they're clowning you, it doesn't make you a coward. It doesn't make you less of a man, because not everything has to be a response on the internet. Some things can blow over. You just gotta learn to just let them have their fun. I had trolls that comes on this internet and try to troll me on the internet, and you know what I do? They make videos about me saying that I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm this, I'm that, jug this and that, but I didn't respond to it because I let them know that I have the power in the conversation. I have the power in this, not them. They don't control it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not just telling this to Cyrax, but I'm telling this to everybody that silence is very powerful when it comes on the internet. Because the more you don't, because people be like, well, why you don't respond? This person is clowning on the internet. They saying this, they saying that. You ain't made not one video and respond to them. I'm telling you right now, silence is very powerful. Yeah, they gonna think that you're afraid of them. Yeah, they gonna assume that you're afraid to respond to them, or yeah, they gonna think you're weird because you're not lowering yourself down to their level. Yeah, they're gonna ignorant people with that mindset. Yeah, they're gonna assume that. Yeah, they're gonna assume that about you, but you're not responding to it like that. And it does not make you less of a human because you choose not to respond to it. Now, I'm not saying when it comes to the real world, I'm not saying that you should let somebody in the real world disrespect you and you just ignore them and walk away. Sometimes you got to respond to that, especially if you're a grown man and grown woman. You know, the internet and the real world is not the same. But you can do that on the internet. Now, in the real world, if somebody's disrespecting you, especially if you're a grown man, grown woman, you can't always be silent about that. Sometimes you gotta stand your ground and let a person know that you ain't gonna walk over me like that. That's different when it comes to the real world and the internet. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But on the internet, you can do that. You let these people know that I'm in charge of this. I have the power of this. You're just using me to get attention. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Because once they see that you don't respond, silence is very powerful when you don't respond to it. And you don't have to respond to it. And that's the thing with you, Cyrax. You know, you let this got to you very badly to the point that you want to take somebody to court. Now, let's go back and talk about Marty again. Because I talked about this yesterday about Cyrax bringing Marty's name up into this court. Now, we can all sit here and we can laugh at this court because, yes, the court stuff is funny. It's like Jerry Springer. That's what it is. It's Jerry Springer, but you all got to admit, it's funny. You all got to admit, it's funny. It's just like bringing back good memories of Jerry Springer's back in the old days. But, yeah, let's go back to Marty again, Cyrax. When you brought his name up, because I pretty much already mentioned this yesterday, you think by bringing up Marty's name that it's going to resolve things. And see, that lets me know how badly Marty affected you. Because, yeah, if let me tell you something. If I was in your shoes and I got beat up by a guy like Marty in real life, yeah, I would still be mad about it. And that's the thing, though. He's still mad about that Marty beat him up. Marty got the best of him. Because trust me, if the shoe was on the other foot and Cyrax somehow gets a win over Marty, like beats Marty in real life, if that was Marty on the ground screaming, stop, stop, like how Cyrax did, if it was the other way around, Cyrax wouldn't keep bringing up Marty's names like that. He'll brag. Although he will brag about it, saying that, yeah, I whooped Marty's. You know what? I beat up Marty, and Marty couldn't beat me. Yeah, Cyrax would have kept bringing it up. He definitely would have been confident about it. Like, yeah, I beat Marty up, but it didn't go down like that. Marty beat you up. So yeah, I would be mad too, especially if they damage my reputation, especially if I'm trying to make music and then this guy said he wants to fight me and I go there and he beats you up, records you screaming, and then put it on YouTube. Yeah, I would be mad too. I would be to the point where I wouldn't even make a video response to it. I would have stayed off the internet. I wouldn't even respond to that because you ain't never really, and you know what, Cyrax, you keep saying that you don't have no connection with the death of Marty, but everybody's saying the same thing. You probably did have something to do with it. I'm not trying to put the police hat on and start sounding like a snitch. I'm just saying what I believe and what I think's happened, even though there's no evidence out there of saying that you did have connection with it. But people out there thinking that you did have something to do with Marty's death because you still couldn't get over the fact that Marty whooped your tail. He had you screaming. He put it on the internet of him beating you up. And ever since then, you couldn't bounce back from that. So what you decide to do from there? Because Marty did a whole lot more after he gave you a beatdown. He did a whole lot more by continuing on embarrassing you on the internet. So I guess in your little pea brain mind of yours, you'd be like, I'm tired of Marty picking on me. Marty don't embarrass me. He done humiliated me. He done got everybody on the internet picking on me. So I think the best way to do it is somehow get rid of him with the drugs or whatever like that. So I don't know, Cyraxx. They probably won't charge you for that unless they get a search warrant. Unless they get a search warrant and look through all your old devices on your phone to see if you have any kind of connection. And again, I don't know who. Somebody had to help you do that. I'm just saying if it's true. I'm just saying if you did have something to do with Marty's death, of sending drugs over there or whatever like that to kill him or whatever like that, then there's a possibility that, Cyraxx has got connection with somebody on the internet. He's got connection with someone. Someone actually helped him. And you know what? If he did have something to do with Marty's death, they need to take him in. They need to interrogate him, because I guarantee it. If they take Cyraxx into that interrogation room and interrogate him about Marty's death, I guarantee they're going to get the answer out. Because Cyraxx is a weak link. He's the weak link. And I'm just saying, whoever decided to help Cyraxx out, I would be worried. I would definitely be worried because Cyraxx is definitely a weak link. He will break. He will break. Because as soon as they as soon as they put the pressure on Cyraxx and ask Cyraxx, if you don't tell us how that package don't go there, we're gonna pin this murder on you. Who else helped you, Chance? He's gonna break. Cyraxx easily gonna break. He's easily gonna break, and he's easily gonna spill the beans on whatever little organization that he's connected with on the internet. He's gonna break. So if I was John, I would definitely have my lawyer, definitely have the lawyer press him more about that Marty stuff. I would, because that is his brother-in-law. I think that's his stepbrother or brother-in-law. John and Marty like step, because I don't know how close them two was, but if I was John, I would definitely have my lawyer look into that and press Cyraxx more about that situation, though. Because Cyraxx ain't got no money to pay off no freaking lawyer, man. Like the dude, yeah. He keeps saying that he doesn't have anything to do with it. And of course he's not going to confess it. Cyraxx is not going to confess it on live, because he know if he confessed on the internet, he know he'll be charged with that. So of course Cyraxx is not going to be an idiot and confess to that. So the only way to get some answers out of him is they interrogate him and ask him, how did you get the drugs and who helped you? Who helped you? He had to have help. He had to have freaking help. So whoever helped Cyraxx, if you're listening to this video, just so you know, I'd be worried. I would be worried right by now. I really would. I'd be worried, whatever, because if I was in connection with Cyraxx and I know that this dude about to go to jail and I know he's about to easily break, man, I'll go to my phone, I'll start deleting everything off my phone, but it probably won't do no good because Cyraxx probably so stupid, he probably done left a lot of evidence behind on his old phone, his device or whatever like that. He probably done left a lot of evidence behind when it comes to Marty's death. He probably did, because that's how dumb and stupid Cyraxx is. You know what I'm saying? That's how naive he is. But for you to sit there and bring Marty's name up into this court case, talking about Marty was the one who started that, they don't care about that, Cyrax. They're gonna be because evidently you didn't explain it to your so-called lawyer, whoever she is. Evidently you didn't explain that to her because she was pretty much clueless. She was like, "Well, who is this Marty guy?" Because it seems like you and Marty Chance had some kind of great, some kind of connection together like that. And I think the reason why Cyrax didn't want to bring that name up because I think he's afraid that John all them is going to get their lawyer to press Cyrax more about that case. Because I was surprised he didn't even mention because when Cyrax so-called whatever lawyer when she was on that live stream, she was clueless and didn't even know who Marty was. I'm like, wait a minute, Cyrax didn't fill you in on that part about the Marty stuff. But I guess because Cyrax figured because Marty's dead, I guess because Marty doesn't matter. But I guess Marty still does matter to you, Cyrax, because you kept bringing his name up when you know the man is gone. Like, you pressing charges, you taking John and Will and Glory, all of them to the courtroom. You taking them to court with you. So why are you bringing up Marty's name? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. You know? You can sit there and tell your lawyer that yeah, Marty was the one that started the whole thing, but they're gonna be like, is Marty still alive? They're gonna be like, no, Marty's deceased, and they're gonna be like, well, what can we do? We can't question Marty. The man's gone. So Marty got to win over you again. So Cyrax, even if you did probably had something to do with Marty's death, it pretty much backfired on you because whatever evidence that you have claiming that Marty threatened you and threatened your family, whatever so-called little evidence that you have, and what good is that going to do to you when Marty's dead? So if you did have something to do with Marty's death, pretty much backfired on you. So whatever the evidence you got on Marty of threatening your family, it's no good. It's no good, and you know that. You know that. So you can try to, because it sounds like he's trying to use Marty as an excuse, saying that Marty was the guy that started the whole thing. Okay, he's gone now. So how's they gonna get some answer out of Marty? I mean, yeah, they can go back and watch the videos of Marty, but what good is that gonna do? They don't care about that, Cyrax. They don't care about that. Like, they can't touch Marty because Marty's gone. Nothing they can do to Marty. So you sit there and you tell that judge that these guys are internet terrorists, and you bring up Marty. The judge is going to tell you straight up, stop bringing up Marty's name. The man's deceased. Stop bringing him up. Aren't you here to bring John and all these guys in the courtroom? Isn't it supposed to be about them? Why are you bringing up Marty? It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense at all. And you know something, Cyrax? If you are charged as a PDF, it's going to go on your record. It's going to go on your record, and you're going to be registered as a sex offender in your neighborhood. I don't know if there's a school nearby your house, but you do realize, Cyrax, if found guilty as a sex offender, as a PDF, you will be banned off of Facebook. That means you're not allowed to be on Facebook either. You will be banned off of Facebook. And if they catch you on Facebook making videos and you're registered as a sex offender, they're going to arrest you. Because sometimes PDF are not allowed to be on there. Because from what I've been told, that if you're a PDF and if you're a sex offender, you're not allowed to be on Facebook. You're not allowed to be on social media, period. So you have to obey that, Cyrax, and I don't think he wants to go back to jail. So, yes, Cyrax, you're screwed either way. You're screwed. If you're charged, you're screwed. It won't be no more making no more videos on social media. They're going to tell you to stay off of social media because you're a sex offender, which you are. Because once you're arrested as a sex offender, you better hope there's no school nearby your house. Because if there's a school nearby on where you stay at, you got to move out of that area. You can't be over there. You can't be near no school, Cyrax. You're gonna have, Sally gonna have to move out of there if you're arrested as a sex offender if found guilty. You're gonna have to move out of there. You and Sally and all y'all gonna have to move out of there. Well, Sally don't have to move, but you're gonna have to move. So the neighborhood you stay at, you better pray that there ain't no school nearby your house. You can't be in that area once you're found as a sex offender. I mean, he doesn't go outside anyway. He rarely goes outside, but you guys know, sex offenders are not allowed to be anywhere near school campus whatsoever. But we ain't got to worry about that because he's a sex offender. But yes, Cyraxx, you better keep that in mind because you basically just shot yourself in the foot by wanting to file ridiculous charges against John and all them. You shot yourself in the foot. Because now they're going to bring up all those evidence against you, all that raging, all that confession, all them texts that you mentioned over the years. They're gonna charge you with that. They're gonna charge you with that. Once the judge and them read that, they're gonna charge you with that and basically tell you to stay off the internet. And you will be registered as a sex offender if found guilty. So yes, Cyraxx, you're screwed. So I can't wait till November the 6th so we all can have a good laugh and continue to watch this Jerry Springer stuff. I really want to see how Cyraxx talk to the judge, man, if the judge be on there. Because I want to see if Cyraxx is going to keep that same energy like he did a couple of days ago. We'll see, people. Anyway, that's pretty much all I want to say about this goblin. Peace.